How's it going, everyone? So today I'm going to be unboxing these new WalthersProto Viewliners. These recently came in the other day off of Train World. It was a pre-order. They came in like 2 to 3 months early, which completely surprised me. Each coach went for around 106. These are also lighted. They also might not be available anymore. I know since these were a pre-order, they sold out almost instantly. So what I got were a VII as well as a VI, because that's usually what you see running together in tandem. The project I'm working on right now is to build a full train of the Amtrak Lakeshore Limited. What I currently have now are the 3 Amfleet 2s, the Viewliner 2 baggage, and now I have the Viewliner 1 sleepers, which all I need now is the Viewliner 2 diner, I believe it's called. Correspondingly, my goal is to build the Hudson line from Grand Central and Penn Station all the way to maybe Poughkeepsie and further. And I'd like it to wrap around the exterior of a room, maybe going into other rooms, depending on how much space I have. So far the packaging is pretty standard for the WalthersProto series. Before, when I was unboxing my Amfleet 2s, this is almost exactly the same. One of the things that this packaging does do differently is that it comes with coupler extenders, which was a huge problem with the Amfleet 2s. They are very heavy, and because your couplers and diaphragms are so close to each other, they just derailed all the time, no matter like what size curve you have. So beforehand you'd had to buy that separately, which I believe like was $12 to $15. So I'm very happy they included this edition. In terms of the weight of these cars, I don't have a scale currently, but they do seem lighter than the Amfleets. And they should roll a lot better, because the actual trucks are connected on the outside, and I believe since the Amfleets have them connected on the inside, that causes a lot of friction. One new thing they've done with the new VII Viewliner 1s is that they've given them an actual name. So this one's called the Iroquois River, and you'll see with the VI Viewliner I got, it just has a road number. In terms of the paint scheme, I believe this is the first time they've given the Viewliners a very metallic paint, very similar to the Amfleets, which I'm a huge fan of. I know the Kato Viewliner 2s have a slightly less metallic scheme, but for what I do, I run them together, they really match pretty well. I wouldn't say it would be a decision breaker for me. I like them both together. If you'd ask me for my opinion on the new VII scheme in general, I'd say at first I wasn't that big of a fan, because for the duration of just Amtrak's existence, they've really just went with the metallic scheme, which I've loved up until now. But once VII released, I was like, very different. I don't know about that. But then as time went on, it started to grow on me. It started to match more with like what other railroads are doing, like what Brightline's doing in Florida, and it really has grown on me, and I do really like it now. I'm also really looking forward to getting my hands on one of the new VII P42s. I love the VI, but like I've said, I love the new VII as well. And I think running a VII and VI P42 back to back would look amazing. I've personally shot a few sightings of this along the Hudson line, and I just love how they look. One of the notable differences you see between the VII and VI schemes is that the undercarriage to the VII is a much darker gray compared to the past Viewliner 6, which just is the metallic coat that matches the rest of the carriage. The hazard bar you see towards the bottom of the carriage, sort of in line with the bottom of the door, is much thicker on the VII scheme compared to VI. And I'd say one of my favorite decisions they made with the VII scheme is that the first class section, or coach class section of these Viewliners, actually is a different color depending on the class. And with the first class, it's red. I believe the coach class is a nice bright green. As I mentioned, I got the lighted version of the Viewliner ones, which you can sort of see here. It's kind of subtle. I'm going to turn the lights off here in a sec. and you can really only see it on the second level of the windows. I think the lighting is like this because they are indeed sleeper cars and probably wouldn't want to have the lights on while you sleep. But if you have a different answer in the comments, please let me know. So here is what my full consist looks like now, only missing that Viewliner 2 diner. I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is the first time you guys are hearing my voice, and I think I'm going to keep it going. And I especially love unboxing these Viewliners months ahead of when they were supposed to release. It was a great surprise for me, seeing the order confirmation in my email. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get that unboxing done and record it for you guys. So, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope to see you soon.